Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Naval Dreadnoughts and to the US campaign, where the war with France, which started off pretty even, yeah, we have quite a lot of action in the Mediterranean. I'm just going to double check that everyone's on sea control. Pretty sure they are. Yes, good. And in 4 months we'll have the Stevensons. That's great. So we've got a lot of convoy, I'm presuming defences mostly, given where we are. But a lot of action in the Med. We have also got the fleet here, so we should be able to have a go at... Oof. Corsica's surprisingly vulnerable. Right. Try and go with the French Antilles. How much did we have there? 300,000. We might need to send some reinforcements down here. I don't particularly want to, but... oh, there's like 4 heavy cruisers there. That's not nothing. Send the Trenton as well. Got anything else kind of lying around? There's 3 light cruisers there. Because I do want to keep the battleships back a bit. There's 2 heavy cruisers there, including a Samoa. Send that one. Just to give us our best chance. Then we'll hit French Guiana. Then this fleet is going to go over here. But it is very interesting that Corsica is vulnerable. But yeah, I'm just waiting on this. Once we get this unlocked, then we can go much more on the offensive. Right, enough chit-chat. Portland, Santa Fe versus Admiral Shana class. You know, these are relatively dangerous. And they pretty much took out a Detroit class, so this might be more of a fight in retreat, but we'll see. Especially as it's an older Northampton class with no torps on it. Oof. Nope, get away. These guns are very accurate and apparently quite dangerous. Although with that reduced speed, are probably not going to get away. Oh, flooding, lovely. More of that, please. Oh, torpedo deck. Nice. Miss. Just need to slow him down. Flooding. Miss. No, not a miss. Another flooding hit. Lovely. They've probably saturated the flooding on the bow. Yeah, that weak forward belt. It's probably a worst case scenario for them. Oh, chasing a ship. A heavy hit on Portland. It's doing our best here. Taking very heavy damage though. What kind of shells are the French using on that ship? Super heavy cat ballistic HE. Interesting. This is very punchy, high explosive. A reasonable choice, I feel. Still, they have taken quite a lot of hurt. Hard to tell who's close to sinking here. Oh, no, the Portland is. Only 3 compartments left to float. Still, they've done an awful lot of damage to the Jemap. Oh, this is going to be neck and neck. Both ships afloat by the thinnest of margins. Portland, you absolute legend. Winning it at the last second there. Oof, and there were torpedoes as well. Jiminy crickets. Still, that's not good for France. Losing a heavy cruiser to a pretty outdated... Oh, it was a Santa Fe, not a Portland. Not a Northampton. Sorry, my mistake. Still, yeah, happy enough. Alright, what's next? Let's just go east to west, shall we? Okay, next we have Concord and Newark defending against another Amiral Shana. Well, we know these are nasty, but we do also have Spruance and Rowan. Okay. It's going to be tricky, though. Going to be very tricky, because with those transports there, I don't think I have the luxury of running away. So we're going to have to just go at them pretty hard. I think it's probably the best way to do it. Have to wait and see what the situation is on the ground. Right. Just going to use everyone individually here. Tops off. Tops off. I mean, they might get distracted by the transports. Did I happen to be lucky and have transports with guns? Yes. A 4.6 and 4 3.3s. 2 4.6s. Okay, so they do have a little bit of firepower. It's not amazing, but they do have a little bit. Doing? Yeah, now coming in with a heavy. Shooting up the destroyers. Let's try cycling smoke. I'm assuming they're going for the Spruance. Okay, Spruance. Go normal and turn. I know they're probably not going to hit, but got some torpedoes out there. Yeah, very good. Go normal, turn, smoke. You've got a pretty good angle. Wait, I think the torpedo launch got blown off. Yep, it did. Pull back. Oh, we hit it with a torpedo. Oh, yes. I don't think they have... Oh, no, they have an anti-torp 3, but they've taken enormous damage. Although Spruance is currently in the middle of exploding. The Foch has been sunk. That makes a huge difference. Spruance, I don't know how you're alive, but retreat. Concord, if you wouldn't mind finishing off their destroyer, that would be fabulous. Good hit. Yeah, getting one of the 40 mils. No, we lost the sprints. Unsurprising. She did very well. She did very, very well. Well, that's lovely. Another pretty even fight going in, but we're the ones who came out on top. Okay, next up, slightly more in our favour, at least I hope so. We've got the Columbus, a Bridgeport class, along with Juno, which is a Trenton, and a destroyer. And they're sending in 3 La Glacianes. Okay. I mean, if the French are going to focus mostly on the Med, that's good for us, because we can kind of start trying to clear up some stuff, some of their more far-flung stuff. We can focus on sinking their transports and things, getting their economy down. Stealth, actually, if you've been watching his Spanish campaign, which you absolutely should, he has very effectively shown how you can just put 1 or 2 destroyers just in a sea region and they can cause absolute chaos against the AI, who is very bad at sort of guarding all of its stuff. Now, there's a possibility that the La Glacianes just ran away, but it seems not. Here they come. It's a much better looking ship than their heavy cruiser. I actually quite like the layout of those. Yeah, they're using single guns, which is a little bit weird, but like, I don't hate it. Funnel placement's a bit weird. But I mean, whatever works for you, I guess. Columbus opening up. I'd expect pretty good accuracy out of the gate. Yeah, a couple of hits. Oh, and a big one. Half belt pen. They're probably going to circle out of the line at that. Right, I don't know if they have already, but focus up on the next one. They have torpedoes? Yeah, they do. They also have just enough armour to be helpful, but not super helpful. That was a main belt pen. Right, cycle to the next one. Yeah, it doesn't look like their torps are tracking yet. Straight away, big hits. And back to the first one. Yeah. And back for round 2. 90% identified, but sunk. Yeah, the armor is weird. It's that inside-out armor. All these ships would have been designed before I made some AI helping adjustments. But yeah, that very weird armor scheme on those ships. Their downfall dealt with pretty easily. Right, moving close to the Strait of Gibraltar, we've got another ArtsyJohnE backed up by a Laszlo. These are very expensive for what they are. I'm going to have another look at them. I'm not sure why they're so expensive. We've got the Cedar City, along with Wichita, Pasadena, and some other ships, guarding yet another convoy. But yeah, I mean, the French have an enormous fleet. We're not really making much of a dent with these kind of battles where we're sinking 1 or 2, maybe 3 ships at a time, but it all helps. And as we saw in the first couple, none of them are guarantee. Things can go badly wrong. Right, let's form the escorts up. Again, did we get blessed with armed transports? Yes, we did. 4-inch gun, 3-inch, 3.5, more 3.5. All right. It's like they're rushing in with the light ship. Yeah, they're rushing in with the destroyer. Oh, that shell. Lovely. Oh, nice. Cheeky little flash fire. And a bunch more damage. They may have launched. So try and edge away a little bit. Ow. Assuming that's the heavy. Yeah, it is. They can dish it out, but they can't take it as well. Ugh, Cedar City, though. Badly damaged in that. Start, turn to avoid torpedoes. Coming in a bit of a weird angle. Those torps. But Wichita's going to take over as lead ship here. More weird angle torpedoes. That one might end up hitting a transport. Not much I can do about that. Yeah, these things, they're nasty. 10.7s with the super heavy cat ballistic HE. Not fun, but they also are pretty fragile. So look at the damage on the Cedar City. I'm assuming that was all from the 10-inch. Yeah, it was. Still, her citadel is dry. That's the main thing. She lost X turret. And she will live to see another day, which is the main That's the whole point of an all or nothing. Is, oh my god, I've taken a hit. I better get out of here, and the ship survives, even if it is badly beaten up. But most of that is flooding damage, not structure damage. Right, what's your plan, monsieur? Are we for the fighting? See the city beating a retreat. Let's try and head him off. There we go. Well, they're trying to acquire a firing solution, I think. Yeah, now why are you so expensive? It's not your armour. I'm using a diesel 1, which can be quite pricey. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know why they're so expensive. Doesn't seem like they got good value for money on those. I mean, it's more expensive than the Wichita. And the Wichita carries triple the firepower. Maybe they just went over on the speed. It's possible. Gone. Right. Next. Alright, we're getting there. Next up, the Lincoln. Along with Birmingham and Stargazer. Another Admiral Shana. Okay, how many of these do the French have, actually? A lot. Oh, good. Yeah, it'd be handy if they bunched them up for us, but if we have to sink them one at a time, we'll sink them one at a time. Yeah, we're quite likely to lose ships, but now we do have enough victory points that, I mean, the French have already asked for an end to the war, but the whole, if we're going to go to war, we might as well get some territory, and we might as well rack up a lot of victory points. I'm not going to try and eliminate France in one go. That is probably not possible, but if we can take a few key territories, especially islands, off of them, and if we can get our victory point total nice and high and grab some more territory off them when we go for the peace deal, that is super significant. Or, you know, if the army wants to do something cool like taking mainland France, but I think that's unlikely unless we get the French army logistics way down. And that doesn't seem super likely right now. So I'm not planning on that. Start edging away. I know they like to come in very aggressively. Oh, good damage. Very good salvo. Now they're getting distracted by the Birmingham. Go hot, smoke. Got him. Right, assume torpedo. Also need to be aware that these ships over here can do a lot of damage. In fact, what I'm going to do, I wouldn't normally do this, I'm going to split the fleet. Birmingham's going to head that way. And the Lincoln is going to deal with whatever that is. She should be able to cut across, but because Birmingham is slower, she's taking that damage. I want her covering the transports. Use it to destroy. No, it's a light cruiser. Wow! Where did those torpedoes come from? They were remarkably close to hitting. Not in range, but is keeping those destroyers at bay. Lincoln probably not in HE range. Oh, they might be actually. Yeah, they are. Switch it up. Got him. Head for the enemy destroyers. Again, Birmingham is shadowing nicely. I'm not sure that Tonard or Gepard are that interested in engaging. I'm happy enough to just keep my transport safe. I'm not going to push them. How much are their destroyers? They're pretty big. 121. Yeah, it's an expensive destroyer. They might be changing their mind and coming back in now. Maybe trying to retreat and lose us. Alright, double back, because I want to keep us between them and the transports. Oh, I hadn't even noticed that Birmingham completely lost her white turret. Pretty aggressive torpedo shot, but okay. Nice hit. Another nice hit. I don't think either of them have fired. No, they haven't. Even though they have quite long range torpedoes. Defensive torpedo going out from Stargazer. Oh, dud. Unlucky. Stargazer taking quite a lot of damage here. Gonna pull her back. Some torps. Be careful of those. There we go. Finished off the destroyers as well. Lovely. Huh. Not bad at all. Right, next up we have the Helena defending against the Marseillaise and L'Audacieux. Good names the French have gone for, at least. Do 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 do. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Can follow. Let's go. Let's cut in front of the transports. Did I get armed transports? Yes, I did. Really helps, particularly if you have like a destroyer or something like that, trying to sneak into your convoy. If you do have the armed ones, and you've got a reasonable number of them, they can actually help quite a lot. Situational, but it's nice to have. It's nice to have just that knowledge that if something goes wrong, and they make a play for your transports, that they're not totally defenseless. Getting a little close here for my liking. Good damage though. Or torpedoes. Oh, it didn't matter in the end, but yeah, that was a perfect layup into a torpedo strike by the tailor. Very nicely done. Right, can we get rid of the destroyer quickly, please? Before there's some torpedo-based or torpedo-shaped annoyances. Helena sending some of her own out. I don't think the DD is spotted. Boom. Too concerned, they're trying to torpedo the convoy. Well, okay then. Next. Alright, last battle of the month, and it's the Montgomery, a Salem class, up against a bunch of light cruisers and a couple of destroyers, which, again, you know, we're probably okay on this, but you never know. Because the French have tech that's at least as good as ours, all these fights are pretty even, which I'm really enjoying. The first battle against a new ship class is always the most likely that I'm going to have trouble, because I don't really know what I'm having to deal with. But as we get to know them and you start to develop a kind of set of tactics to use against them, then it becomes easier. Their destroyers and light cruisers, the glaciers anyway, I don't rate very much. Their heavy cruisers are, well, they can be incredibly dangerous, but more often than not go down before they can. If they were a little bit more survivable, or even, hell, even if they'd swapped where their main turrets were and they had a regular AB instead of a BA, then they'd be a lot more dangerous. Run a lot of AP, mate. Switch it up. Thank you. Oh, they're going for the transports. You sneaky sausages. Right, cruiser dealt with. See, there we go. This is what I was talking about with the transports. Sometimes they can do just a little bit. Ooh, both destroyers actually have taken quite a bit of damage. Maddox, you just fired. Get out. You can get out as well. I'll let the Montgomery handle this. Do you want that other light cruiser gone? Oh, I just missed with the torps. Dupli. Gone. Just tell me you're targeting her anyway. Yes, you are. Good. Poor little Wills A. Oh, Willis A. sorry. Does go down. But did quite a lot of damage to that destroyer, actually. Montgomery finishes off the other one. So they did manage to nab a transport, but that was a pretty heavy price to pay for one transport. Right, okay, that's the end of the month. Let's see what the French do next month. Well, looks like after action in the Mediterranean last month, all the action is going to be in the Caribbean this month. And probably the most interesting thing is I was looking at the naval invasion charts and I was like, 36? That seems low for having double the required tonnage. Also, the required tonnage seems to have jumped by like 100,000 tons. And then I saw this. We have a proper battle on our hands. The Danton. 1 billion. It's been refitted twice. It must be an older ship. But it has 2 quad 18.6s. So I'm assuming this is a Richelieu hull. And just every secondary gun in France. It's not very fast, though. The Galois, which is much more expensive. And this is the original Danton. And this is the refit, which is very strange to me. Which had 2... Wait, no. Which has 4 twin 14-inch guns. How these are the same ship and why they made it probably worse with a refit, I don't know. Anyway, we also have this Reine Blanche class battlecruiser, also with 14-inch guns. A whole bunch of those 10-inch armed ships, which are annoying in this type of battle because their high explosives can tell. And then a bunch of light cruisers, which are not all the same. You've got these talismans, which I don't think I've seen. Gun cruisers, pretty expensive, but not as much as the La Glaciers, and some destroyers. Against them, we have Tennessee, Idaho, North Dakota, Vermont, Long Beach, Massachusetts, Indiana, Kansas, Pennsylvania, all of the 14-inch armed battleships, along with a little cruiser force and some destroyers. So actually, pretty even makeup for me in a fleet. Normally, I'm just like only battleships. But no, this time I've actually bothered with the escorts. I am worried about them because the reason I tend not to bring them is they tend to just get targeted immediately. Because the AI tends to prioritize sinking the ship it can kill the easiest. So it will go just focus on blowing up your destroyers first. So it's very easy to lose them. So I'm going to have to try and keep an eye on things, but I'm not going to try and do anything aggressive with them. They're going to be basically spotting torpedoes, providing a little bit of secondary gun firepower, maybe the odd torpedo launch. Nothing too crazy. Or at least that's the plan. Geez, taking a while to load all this up. I hope we start reasonably far apart, because it's going to take a while to organise the fleet. Jeez, how many divisions is the AI using? There we go. Do. Right. Okie dokie. Pause. We may be at slideshow quality for this one. You can blame the fact that Ultimate Airborne Dreadnoughts is still single-threaded for that. Again, nothing I can do about that. Whoa! Easy. Right, battleships form up on the Vermont. Cruisers follow. Well, heavy cruisers follow. Light cruisers screen the battleships. Yes, I'm using the screen command. Probably because I'm mad. Turn your torpedoes off, though. And destroyers screen the light cruisers. Again, turn your torpedoes off, please. For now, anyway. Wow, that's a big fleet to be clashing. Right, let's have a look at the French. So this is the refitted Danton. Now, given that they're using this type of quad, I think those might not be the most up-to-date guns in the world. That's hideous. This is much better looking, and I think a better ship, and it's the original. Right, can we see their battlecruiser? Oh, what on earth is with this? Just take this whole turret off. Ridiculous. Okay, so the French are doing French things. Ugh. Yeah. Range? 50. Okay, we maybe do have some time to arrange ourselves then. First shots fired? Really? From Pennsylvania? Wow. Those 14s have got fantastic range. Yours is not as good. Oh, did some of them get 50s? Yeah, okay, so some of them have 50s, some of them have 45s. Forgotten I did that. So yeah, we're going to stagger our fire a little bit in terms of when ships are able to shoot. I'm assuming they're going to be rushing in with everything. So I need to keep an eye on when their heavy ships are in range so we can prioritize them, but we'll let the ships just kind of have a bit of fun to start with. Try and take out some of those light ships at long range. Hit the conning tower on that poor unfortunate destroyer. Awful lot of secondary fire though. But they're going to have to brave themselves through. Is that a switch? Right, I want main guns on that battleship. Secondary guns can do what you want. Keep kiting away. Gonna wait for some IDs, really. Oh, what the hell? A load of forward belt pens. This is the one with the 18-inch guns. She's turning in. Oh my word. Gone. Right. Well, that was surprising. Long Beach did take a shell there. I think it's from the 10-inch guns. I'm gonna let them free fire enemy is getting a little bit too close for comfort. I'm just going to turn away a little bit. Need to clean up this this attack of lighter ships. Not to say they're light necessarily. It's a cruiser of some sort. Lead ship in that squadron. Yeah, you're different. Yeah, you're gone though. Did you fire? Maybe. No, I don't think you did. I think those torpedoes got blown off. Otherwise I'd see them reloading. Long Beach. No, Idaho taking a hit there. Again, those 10-inch guns, as I said, they can make a difference in a battle like this. There's enough of them. Just doing damage to the extended portions of the ship. Of the battleships, I mean. Can also do a lot of damage to the escorts. Good. There's another one down. And another one. All torps. Only the one. Sully, next coming in. Oof. Gone. Decisive, looks like she's the next one. Probably being a little too aggressive here. Oh my word. Tennessee obliterating her. Right. How are we doing? Oh, torpedo there. Yeah, happy enough heading away for a little bit. I'd rather get some IDs. Some more of these light ships sunk. Oh, that was good damage. At the battle cruiser? Yeah, I think it is. Whoa! I also saw a bunch of torpedo hits in the back there. Long Beach got absolutely wrecked by torpedoes. Idaho is also damaged, so I'm going to pull both of them out and retreat both of them. All those sneaky torps. Good grief. Oh, this is Galois. Yeah, this is the original Danton. Decent armour, actually. Yeah, I quite like that. I mean, aside from the fact she lost a turret. Which, not the end of the world for her, but... Enhanced reload. Interesting. So we can definitely outshoot it. Rate of fire 1.64. And us doing over 2. That's flooding in a citadel as well. Right, come on. I want you to head slightly that way, please. Now, what's going to get her first? Crew loss, structure, or float? Surrender. It was the crew loss that got her. Okay. Is that both battleships out? I think it is. Right. That's a bit chaotic. Oh, Long Beach as well. Oh no. I think we're going to lose her. How is she holding on 1%? Yeah, come on. Get back to cover Long Beach. Where are the destroyers? Here, destroyers? The cruisers. Right. I'm not going to have you follow anymore. One of you has also taken a lot of damage. Yeah, the Richmond. Can pull back. So many sinking ships everywhere. Oh, there is the battle cruiser. She's doing way over there. Okay, well, I'll let the ships choose their own targets. Don't want any more torpedoes coming my way. Savage. Absolutely savage. Oh, these two need renames. How did I miss you two? Find them some appropriate names later. If you'd like to buy those ships, please do. Sign up on the Patreon or as a YouTube channel member. And I will rename them as something else, because we shouldn't have state names as heavy cruisers. We'll use the cruisers to deal with this group. Burning wreck of the Galois. Kind of in between. And then Vermont. Yeah, see if we can cover the Richmond. They've picked up on the battlecruiser. Don't like it when I have two things to look at once. Makes me wish Ultimate Admiral had split screen support. Right. Very good damage on the Plain Blanche. She's trying to get a kill on the Richmond. Ah! Ha ha! Boom! And that's the end of her. Okay. I'm gonna head that way. Heavy cruisers should be able to finish off this lot. Yeah, it's all light cruisers. There's one way over there as well. Interesting. And the destroyer gets taken out. Yeah, I think the French would wisely be retreating, but the Talisman here is going to have trouble with that. Now, the French don't have an enormous number of capital ships, so this will be a significant blow to them. Plus, they have lost quite a few smaller ships as well. You know I can end, but we'll wait until either the Aspirant Urba disappears or one way or the other. But I'm shocked that Long Beach is alive. Absolutely shocked. You've got 2 dry compartments. Normally, if you have only 2 dry, you sink. You need 2.5 dry to stay afloat. So it must be these 2 compartments can't added together must be just like 0.6 worth of a compartment, or these ones aren't fully flooded even though they look it. Unbelievable. I think we're going to get the Aspirant here. She's taken a fair old knock. Although she's now out of range, we should have her back in range. Yeah, there we go. She changed direction. end. Before the Long Beach decides she's had enough. So, she needs all the water pumped out, but actually hasn't taken that much real damage. Nip and tuck for her, but fantastically managed. The French lose 3 capital ships, 8 heavies. What? 15 light, something like that. And 4 destroyers. Most damage goes to the Tennessee. We saw it in that absolutely devastating broadside. Vermont also doing a lot of damage. So did Samoa as well. Good showing by the Samoa to be up there with the battleships. In fact, the heavy cruisers did great work. Mind you, they'll have done most of that work clearing out all this stuff. But the French battleships... No, this is the... Was this the refitted Danton? This is just awful. Did nothing. The old original Danton actually did something. And the battlecruiser did the most because it stayed out of the fight for a bit. But this is terrible. Oh, right. After all that, I'm tired. So, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.